Hello everyone, I am Andrew Tan and welcome to my animation series. This is the first episode of Drawing Better and I'm wearing a shirt. I do not know why, but it's okay. So what this series is about improvement of drawing. So this YouTube channel is about gymnastics, animation, and about self-taught culture. So what self-taught culture means to me or maybe to everybody else is learning things on your own without any like proper guidance with a teacher and such. So this video series is part of that. I'm going to teach myself how to draw using free resources online through other artists. They give different techniques. So I'm going to follow that. I'm taking what I learned from gymnastics, the disciplines from what I learned in gymnastics and animation, and kind of transferring it into this skill. Because I realized that everything has a foundation, and you have to kind of strengthen that foundation so that it becomes permanent, and therefore you can do better and hit the mastery of that thing. So like print animation, there's a foundation, which is the 12 principles of animation. Maybe I'll make a YouTube video of that later on. And then gymnastics, there's a foundation too. You have to learn how to like do handstands, do planches and front levers and stuff like that. Like, yeah, stuff like that. And then, so I take that mindset of getting better at foundation into my drawings. Stretching. So, my approach to this is that I'm going to draw every single day. I'll be smart in this approach. I wouldn't stress myself out, because that stressing yourself out could make things worse. So I'm going to draw every single day, just at least something. I think there was once that I do not have time, so I just thought I'd just put in some drawings. I just research on some guest drawings and just draw some 2-minute sketches and do a few pictures. I think that's about 10 minutes. That was good enough. But most of the times I would have about an hour or more, actually more than a few hours of drawing time. And every single day I will focus on different things. So I take like that bodybuilding mindset. Okay, today is chest day, today is back day, today is arm day. I take that kind of concept and putting it into my drawings as well. So one day I'll draw feet, one day I'll draw hands, one day I'll draw torsos, one day I'll draw bodies, one day I'll draw objects maybe, I don't know. I don't really want to draw objects. But anyways, I'll focus on the foundation. So foundations of drawing is gesture lines, getting the flow of the body, and like drawing shapes. Like our arms are made of different shapes. You could say this is like a cylinder, our chest, our torso is like a square, things like that, and then how they overlap each other in perspective. That's another foundation in drawing. And shading, which I haven't gotten into yet because I want to focus on just the gesture and the perspective and shapes. Yeah, I think because those are the most important things. My goal in this drawing it's not anything really high. I just want to get better at it. And what you will get out of this YouTube channel, this series, is that I'll be going through my drawings with you and how my before and after, what I learned that works, what I learned that did not work. Most of the things that I will learn that works, that's why I want to show it to you. And hopefully what you get out of this is that you learn that it is possible to be better at drawing. I'm in my late 20s right now, so I hope I can be better in a few years. I don't know. I don't really have a goal. I just want to get better, pretty much what I said. Yes, hopefully you'll follow along and learn some things. And yeah, let's begin. I will show you my first sketchbook that I did for the past month, 30 days. Alright, so here's my sketchbook. This is this whole book is about February, I would say. So I would explain my process. I started out doing gesture drawings, very quick, like 1 minute, 2 minute sketches. So I think this is a minute or so, 2 minutes. This is in every page is one full page of it, and this is pretty tough to navigate like so. Right, and so that was like February 5th. Now I did some research on how to draw a more simplified version of it. So I found this guy Procol on YouTube. He's gesture very good drawing tutorials. and he talked about the bean. So what the bean is, you're just drawing just the torso and the hips, and then you combine and create like this bean shape, which is just two balls in a sock, and it's just twisting. So that allows me to focus on the twisting and the the twisting and the volume. So that's, I find that really works for me. So there's a lot of beans here. Now that I looked at it, it's kind of messy. So too many strokes. So it just looks like a bean, but you don't know what you're looking at. Is it a torso? Is it a hip? I think this is on February 5th. Okay. So yes, very useful. I'll probably give a link in the description below about this bean tutorial by Procol. So you see I have a lot more scribbly gesture lines. I would spend about 5-10 drawings doing gestures. Very short 1 minute, 2 minute sketches. And now this, like I said, like different days I will focus on different topics. On this one I focus on the hips and how the legs connect to it, because I find that very confusing. I don't understand how they connect, so I draw a lot of hips and try to figure it out. Of course there's a lot of failures because some of them look weird, and then I jump around. So this is another day, February 10th. I started practicing on proportions of women, because that's my goal, is to get the proportions right. So I tried different measurements. So I tried dividing half and half, so that the middle point, when you draw a line across, it touches the crotch, like this one as well. So I drew this one first, and I drew this one. Try different views. That was February 10th. This is February 11th. And I start jumping around doing different things. I forgot which artist is this. I think I followed a comic book artist. I just copied exactly what he drew, and then I took away the reference and I tried to draw it myself with no reference. And as you see, it doesn't, not too well, right? And then I started just drawing some gesture lines, just like kind of flowy lines. I don't know what I'm doing, with no reference. So I got this, and then hey, I got something right here. Let me try to tweak it a little bit. So I take that and I just drew this, no reference as well. And I don't know, you can see it's a lot of like over lines. I drew it a few more times to try and correct it, but I find that doesn't help. So if you find yourself doing this, like trying to correct it by drawing it over and over again, it just makes it messy. Now it just looks, I don't know, it's just too messy now. So it's better to just start over, create a new one, and maybe I'll just take this and I'll draw it one more time and try not to make it so rough. Some doodles. I got a reference from a real life reference. I drew this, and then I took away the reference and I tried to draw it again. Maybe I did not take away the reference, maybe I took the reference again and tried to draw it again. This is something I learned from Sikra Yesin on YouTube. He has a lot of good drawing tutorials, and he talked about iterate drawings, which is instead of drawing a bunch of different things, you take the same drawing and you draw it a few more times. So every time you draw it again, you try to make it better. So I will draw it one time, I find a lot of problems here, then I'll draw it again. And then if I find more problems here, I'll draw it again and again and again and again until you get it right. And I find that very useful. Instead of a little hamster, instead of drawing a bunch of drawings. And then there's another one. And again, I was trying to get the proportions right for women, because every time I draw the hips, it's either too low or too high. Too low or too high. Sorry, my iPad's going crazy. And then it's too wide. It doesn't look like a woman. It looks like a man, or it doesn't look like the way I want it. You know. More gesture lines. More gesture lines. More gesture lines. I do a lot of gesture lines, gesture drawings, quick sketches. It's a good way to warm up, but I wouldn't recommend it to be just doing that all day and and then you magically become better. So now today, on this date, February 16, I took some real life references and then I just tried to make it nice. I have no idea how long it took me. Probably took a pretty long time because it looks like I spent a long time. I could tell. So you can see I'm starting to get somewhere. Volume is getting better. I still have problems with the feet. It looks like they're floating. It doesn't look like it's on the ground. That's one of my weaknesses. Same as my hands. It looks weird. Sometimes I don't draw the hands because I'm weak at it. And I do not want to show it. So now I'm back to working on the hips again. So like I said, I do it. I treat it like it's a workout. So one day you're working a shoulder, one day you're working on chest, one day you're working on legs. Same thing with the drawing. So one day I would draw just the hips maybe, or maybe I'll just focus on drawing faces. So this one I'm trying to focus on just this part right here, the torso part, the whole bean. Trying to take that bean theory and just kind of upgrading it. So this is more life drawing. You can see I drew this one first, and then I'm like, something's wrong. So I try to do it again, and I try to get the gesture lines. Something's wrong again, I just keep doing it until I don't feel like doing it anymore. This is still not complete, but I was getting better. You can see, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Except more of these life drawings. What's this? Okay. And here I started drawing hands. This is February 16. Started practicing hands. I think these are about 2-minute sketches, using reference of course. And sometimes I go off track and I draw things like this with reference. As you can see, it's a lot of women. It's one of my weaknesses, my strongest weakness, drawing women. And I started looking at some inspiration to get myself motivated. So these two sketches, I got it from Pinterest. I forgot the artist. I don't know their names, but it was like a Disney kind of style, which is something I'm into, the kind of simplified lines kind of style. I'm not really into the whole comic book detail, realistic kind of thing, or the anime stuff. So these are more gesture lines, 2 minutes. You can see I'm getting somewhere. I feel that like my strokes are getting more confident. I would draw one line and I got it right, and I know it's right, and I'll just continue. Compared to the scribbliness. Maybe, yeah, I'm getting more shapes as well. Trying to get more shapes. 2 minutes, yeah, not bad. Can do more in 2 minutes. Now I started to draw faces because I said, enough with the body, let's draw some faces. So these are my first few tries of drawing faces. Yep, these are the first few tries. February 22nd. I try different angles, different kind of eyes. Like these as well. Still really weird looking. Very doll-like. I don't like dolls, but I tend to draw them unconsciously. There was a few more face drawings in here, but I couldn't find it. So I keep drawing faces, and I was starting to get somewhere. February 23rd, I was getting more confident, and I was starting to draw hair, being more confident with that too. I was following a more big-eyed Disney kind of style. And sometimes I go off track, start drawing bodies again. Okay, let's skip ahead a bit. Right, more hands. I was getting better at it. February 24th. Oh, we're moving towards the end of February. My sketchbook flips upside down sometimes because I was like so in the zone, I just forgot which side's up. So I started drawing hands. Getting better, I hope. 2 minutes each of it. I jump back and forth, back into like women proportions. I was trying to figure out the proportions of the women, like how many heads. So sometimes I would draw it really small and just test out. Is this 3 heads maybe? 4 heads? Maybe half a body. And try posing it, see what happens. Alright. And sometimes I'll just doodle. Just random things that without reference, and just see where I'm at, what can I come up with on my brain. More face sketches. It's just okay. 29th. I started studying hair and the face, different hairstyles. You can see I feel like my face is getting better. Oh, I just burped. More gesture lines, 1 minute. Gesture lines. Yep, I feel like my gesture lines are getting somewhere. Just a little bit, but a little bit is good than nothing. It's better than nothing. Now here I'm starting to get better with the faces. I was doing a lot of research on the measurements of the faces. There's some light construction lines here. Cannot see it, but I was doing some research about faces, and I just play around with the eyes. Try to make them further apart. Try to make them closer. My problem is that eyes are always too close. So this time I just focus on, what if I just focus on make them apart, so therefore it kind of offset what I see. So I got things like these, and I was starting to get somewhere. The nose, I will try to make it very light. I think around here, this is when I discovered that women, you shouldn't draw too many strokes, or else they look like men, right? And the lines have to be flowy. The whole body, the eyes, there's even flow on the face, not just the body. So the mouth, they have to flow to each other. The hair has to flow to each other. I was starting to get somewhere. I feel like I'm getting somewhere with the faces. More gesture lines. I drew a lot of gesture lines. And then here I got this reference from an anime. It's the same exact pose. Has like this kind of concept with the jacket coming down. This kind of same pose. And I just took it and just tweaked it a little bit. So I put on this kind of my own weird face. I hope I can see on iPad. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And add boobies. The anime one is a lot smaller. But I don't know, I just wanted to try and just tweak it. And I got something like this. I think this is much better than what I did before. What I did before was much worse. Still, I don't think this is that nice. And then since I have more space here, I started practicing some feet. I didn't really have much time. I was multitasking with some other things. So I just do some really quick feet. I'll draw on feet, go do that thing. Draw on feet, do that thing. More feet. This is March. We're moving to March now. I think we're almost the end of the book. So more hand sketches. Hand, 1 minute each. March 3rd. Hands again. More practicing hands. What I discovered about hands, right, it's really tricky. So what I do is, I kind of like this one right here. I try to draw just the shape of it, the overall shape of the palm area, so which is this part. So I'll just try, like, if my hand's like this, I'll just draw like this shape. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. The shape, and then for the hands, fingers, I'll just try to get that length of the finger and the thumb as well, and try to think about the joints. The joints are like ball shape, I would say. See, that's a ball, and ball shape. And then I would imagine like the skin is wrapping around that ball to another ball, and there's still some cylinder. There's a small cylinder in between, and try to think of the flow as well. Yeah, I think that one really helps. There's a lot of like messed up Andrew names there. I was trying to think of my YouTube title. I decided to just use my name and just tweak it. And that's the end of the sketchbook. Yep, that's all. Yes. Alright, thank you for watching. I'll update again in 1 month time. Should be about April, middle April. Right, bye.